here's where I'm going with this. This was just one part of the explanation I'm trying to give you from both sides. Across the board, men are looking at women that are laying around in the spaces to go date. And in many times, if you're smart enough as a guy, you'll see red flags left and right. Social red flags, what you're wearing red flags, how much you drink red flags, your overall standard on how you go about life red flags.
Yeah.
And now here's another thing. I'll give you the men's side. That's just a short version of what the men are seeing in the women, and a lot of them will go for it because they don't have too many options.
Well, yeah, but I mean, to that point, like the guys that are going for those, like they're probably not like, breaking records in their fields and stuff.
They're not like they're average as well.
Yeah.
And so, but the whole point is talking about the average person. We're not talking about the winners. That's a 10% that nobody else falls in that category.
But it's not just women being thotty. It's the guy, like guys are hella broy too.
I know, but you didn't let me give you the second half of the explanation. You're now jumping into what the girls think about the guys, and I have yet to even get to that part.
Well, we haven't talked about that at all, though. I feel like
no, I'm doing it right now.
Really harsh on women.
No, I know you think I'm always harsh on women because you like to hold it down for the feminine side, and I'll hold it down for the masculine side. That being said, now I will give you the woman side so you can get that side of the answer. So for the women, I've noticed, I don't care if you're a thought, I don't care if you're a religious person, I don't care any of these. Women like to feel protected. They like to feel like they're in a secure relationship. Okay, that's what I've noticed on all women on all levels, older women, younger women, the whole 9 yards. Sure, they want other things, but security seems to be the very top notch. Well, if we're going to go about it with that, think about on the literal level, on a financial level. Men in their 20s are now making less than their female peers doing the same work in the United States. So on a literal sense of what women tend to base security off when it comes down to obvious things like bills getting paid, a lifestyle being secure, men themselves are not even in the position in their 20s to put out that energy. Because in many ways, they don't even feel like they have a secure life to even bring a female on in their 20s. Now, perhaps later on as a man, when you've built yourself, you got some more resources, you worked on yourself, you're getting into your 30s. It seems to be like men find their strides in their 30s. But it seems like if you're looking to date men in their 20s and you're expecting them to be this person to step up and secure the relationship and have these resources for you, you're going up against not good percentages either.
That's going with the expectation that men are supposed to pay for things.
That's the thing. There is that expectation sometimes. And so what I've also noticed is there's the expectation of equality, while in the same breath, there's expectations of men pulling up and just taking care of all these things like bills and stuff like that. And so my question here is this. What does equality actually mean?
Well, so I disagree with that. I like pretty
much.
But
what does equality actually mean, though?
Well, no, but like you're saying that like women just expect men to pay for things, like, and I think that's a lot of the like the equality in the feminist movement is like about that, men and women are equal and like don't have to men don't have to pay for everything.
I know. So tell me why that still happens on both sides.
But it doesn't like always like it's an individual thing. Like basically all the women I've dated in the last few years have like really tried to go out of the way to pay for things.
Now, answer me this though, across the board, even though they did pay for some things, who paid for the most?
It depended on the relationship, and it was really about who had more money. When I was, dating someone recently, like she was like had a lot more money than me, so she was generally paying for more things than I was.
So you experienced something I've never experienced. I've always been the one to pay the most. I've always been the one to carry that thing along, and I gotta be honest. Back in the day, men didn't have they didn't feel so bad about just paying up for everything because that came along with other things. Now, a guy goes down that road, which, for the record, if a female is never paying up and you're always the one pulling out your wallet, run. Run, guys. Because that is a female you do not want to be around with, okay? That is, she's going for it and she doesn't even feel bad about it.
Yeah.
So my point is,
and you know, on the other guys too, you know, like there's plenty of guys who are just like looking for a sugar mama who are like,
and that's
anyone.
fine. But I mean, I actually have never physically met a dude. I physically have never met a dude. I know they exist, but I don't know a dude who's literally dating an older cougar and just getting everything paid for. Like was a sugar baby, but a sugar baby for male version. I do know many females who are younger and they have sugar daddies. I know a lot of them actually. And they explain to me how the circumstances of the interactions are. And my God, it's fucking weird. It makes me feel gross, dude. I mean, I'll tell you the specific stories that from our neighbor we just met. She told me that 0 out of her sexual interactions are just because, out of pure pleasure. They are all interactions that are transactions. And it made me think, what does that do to somebody's mind? Because when I view sex, the action of being sexual with somebody, being close with somebody, not at any point does money come into mind. Sure, there's that indirect use of money, like I'm going to take her out or we're going to go do this or whatever.
Yeah, but is it, you know, something that you're really like genuinely connecting with them on like an emotional level, or is it more of a transactional thing? Like,
No, I really do connect with the person while I'm with them. Like, people can say that just because you're not going to stay with the person, that might mean you're not really doing it. But I can actually say, like, while I'm with that person at that time, yeah, we're connected. Like, we're there. Whether I want to see you again later on, that's a different story. Now, I'm talking about when you have 100% of your interactions and you have to get paid. Like, you're only there and there's like a timer.
well, I mean, if that's like how you like, if what you want to like,
No,
that's what you wanna
it's
do,
totally
like, I
fine.
think that's totally fine.
You and I both know, like I've said it before, do what you want to do. My question is what does that do to your brain? That was the question.
Yeah, I mean, it would think you.
What does
probably,
that do for your interactions with everybody else after that?
Yeah, I mean, you would probably just not view that. I mean, I think it would probably be the same as like a porn star. You know, it's like you view it as like, you know, a business or like, you know, I don't know. Maybe it like I never, you know, done any sex work, but it maybe it's similar to like cooking. You know, it's like if you cook for yourself, you get pleasure out of it, but if you cook for
Yeah,
someone else,
I
it's
guess you
really
could
just
see
a
it that way.
transactional thing.
I just feel like when it comes to like,
Or giving a massage.
All right, thanks for watching this clip from Appropriate Culture. If you want to watch the full episode, go ahead and check out us at appropriateculture.com. You can also check us out on social media platforms at Appropriate Culture. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.